Hi everyone, I'm Lewis and welcome to Lewis's Football Mind. Today's video I'll be doing my Matchday 4 Premier League reaction and putting my input on each of every fixture in this matchday. So obviously there were 10 fixtures in this matchday and I'm going to put my input on them all. Sorry I didn't do any predictions, didn't do any videos last week, so I do apologise for that. So let's get started with Friday Night Football. Luton Town versus West Ham United. 10 years ago, who would have thought Kenilworth Road would be hosting a Premier League match on Friday Night Football? And it is unbelievable, the rise of Luton Town, but now they want to stay in the big time. But it hasn't been the start they wanted. They haven't won any games yet and no points so far. So it has been a really tough start for Luton. West Ham came to be the party poopers and they went out of Kenilworth Road successful. Winning 2-1. Jared Bowen and Kurt Zuma were the goals for West Ham and Anderson for the goal with Luton. Luton could have had a late penalty, but it was cleared off by VAR. Alleged handball by James Ward-Prowse wasn't given as a penalty. So yeah, this was a really it was a good game. West Ham obviously controlling possession, but Luton had most shots. They had 16, I believe, but only one shot on target, which is very worrying. But West Ham were definitely more clinical going forward. You can tell the difference between the two sides. West Ham obviously have some top players. Luton have some good players, but I wouldn't say they have any top players in their squad. But a few players did cause problems for West Ham from the Luton side. So a few positives to take out of this game for Luton, but obviously another defeat for Luton is not good. So no points yet on the board for them, and pretty much everyone I've heard has backed Luton to go down. But I'm gonna keep the faith. I'm gonna say they're still finishing 17th, like I said on my prediction video. So if you haven't watched that, watch it after this. But yeah, it's gonna be a hard season for Luton, but yeah, West Ham have started the season absolutely fantastic. 10 points out of possible 12. Beating the likes of Chelsea, Luton, Brighton away. So they've done very well so far this season. They will be disappointed the international breaks coming because they have created momentum and they do play the champions Manchester City when they come back from the international break. So it'll be interesting to see if West Ham can keep their good form up. Yeah, so obviously some talking points I've got on my fact sheet. Obviously first game at Kenilworth Road, it's unbelievable the renovations that have went through to get Kenilworth Road ready for a Premier League match, and it's a shame Luton couldn't celebrate anything, couldn't get anything out of the game, but yeah, it's just great to see Kenilworth Road host Premier League matches, and definitely going to be a favourite away day for most away travellers this season. West Ham, good start. Yeah, they've had an unbelievable start. West Ham, I did not expect them. I didn't expect them to beat Brighton last week 3-1 at the Amex. Brighton were on top all game, but West Ham just hit them on the break, which is how you win games that you're not dominating. And then obviously beating Chelsea home was a fantastic result for them as well. So they've had a really good start. And then yeah, Luton could be in trouble this season. It could be, but who knows? I think Rob Edwards is a good manager. It's just a lot of pressure, and it could take a lot of time for Luton to get going. But once they get going, I think there could be a decent team in the Premier League. So on the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, the relegation 6-pointer between Sheffield United and Everton, which finished 2-2. Cameron Archer just signed for Sheffield United for £18 million, scored on his debut. Pickford getting an unlucky own goal for Sheffield United second. Everton Decore scoring, which was Everton's first goal of the season. The last goal was scored by Decore at the last game last season against Bournemouth, which pretty much kept them in the Premier League. And then Danjuma also getting one for Everton. So yeah, it's Sheffield United definitely could have won this game. Obviously some brilliant saves by John Pickford right at the end of this game. So Sheffield United probably should have won this game with the chances they created. But both teams will be happy to at least get a point on the board and create a little bit of momentum going into the international break. So yeah, there'll be both teams will be disappointed they didn't win the game, but yeah, a point is good for both teams in my opinion, especially in a relegation 6-pointer. So next up we go to 3 o'clock, Brentford versus Bournemouth. This game finished 2-2. Brentford, I don't know how they didn't win this game, hit the post 3 times I believe, and Mbebu, Wissa all missed big chances, but Brentford did get a late equaliser from Brian Mbebu. So yeah, a point. I think Bournemouth will be happy with a point. It's definitely away from home. So Bournemouth Brentford will be disappointed they did not win this game. Jensen also scored for Brentford, and also Solanke and David Brooks. First Premier League goal since coming back from cancer, which is absolutely fantastic to see. So congratulations to David Brooks and his family. So that is fantastic to see that he scored again after his return from cancer. So yeah, 2-2 this score was good point. Brentford's still unbeaten in the league. Bournemouth still yet to win. So there's definitely some talking points for both managers to go through after the international break. Brentford will want to start winning games more, but they'll definitely be happy that they haven't lost yet. And Bournemouth will be disappointed that they haven't won a game yet, especially with the money and the investment they got in the summer. So 2-2 was the score. Next up is Burnley 2, Tottenham Hotspur 5. And wow, from going behind to thumping for Burnley, Ange Postecoglou has done something very, very special with this Tottenham side. Another team who wouldn't want the international break to come now because they are on such a good run, kind of like West Ham. So yeah, but obviously when you're going through momentum and then the international break comes, it's weird to see how teams come back after the international break. They either get back straight away and continue momentum, or their run finishes. So it is interesting to see how Tottenham will do after the international break. But what a performance by Tottenham. James Maddison getting a goal, Son with a hat-trick, which is fantastic to see. But Burnley, you can tell the style they're trying to play. They are trying to play out from the back, but they were too sloppy in this game and left too many gaps for the Tottenham attack. So definitely a lot to talk about for Burnley. Still no point on the board. So it will be disappointing for Vincent Company's side. But I still think Burnley should be okay. Once they start getting used to the playing style, the tempo of the Premier League again, I think Burnley will create some momentum and definitely be a force in the Premier League this season. So yeah, also Romeo scoring Christian Romeo scoring a really good goal for Tottenham. And then the two scorers were Foster and Brownhill for Burnley. So next up we go to Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. Chelsea 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Elanga scoring, Awani with the assist. I don't know what to do. I be professional and not laugh, or just be I'm just gonna laugh because this is just over £1 billion spent since Todd Boys came into the club after getting Cole Palmer from Manchester City, and they're still losing Nottingham Forest. But I've been really impressed with Nottingham Forest this season. Should have won at Old Trafford. Could have got a point at Arsenal, and winning away at Stamford Bridge, which is very rare away win for Nottingham Forest. So credit to them, they did very, very well getting an away win. But Chelsea, something has to change. You can't just keep splashing money like this and expect you do expect something better than losing against West Ham, losing against Forest. Like only 4 points after £1 billion spent. I don't even think the signings they've made, all of them have been brilliant, to be honest. Some of them have been good, but obviously likes of Nkunku are injured at the moment. But there's definitely, with £1 billion spent, you want a dream team, but Chelsea don't have a dream team. They don't have a team that can compete in the Premier League. Say for the Premier League title, in my opinion, definitely not now. I can't see it for a while. But this is ridiculous by Chelsea. But yeah, Caicedo making another mistake. Uh, um, as a Liverpool fan, we're kind of all laughing because obviously rejecting us, but it it does take time for £150 million British record player to fit into a club, so he'll definitely fit in and get going, get some rhythm going eventually. But two mistakes, one against West Ham, one against Forest, is a little bit funny to see as a Liverpool fan. And Lavia not even playing in the stands. I don't know if he's injured or not, but yet again a bit funny on a Liverpool fans' perspective. But yeah, well done to Nottingham Forest winning away from home. So next up is Manchester City 5, Nottingham Forest 1. Pep Guardiola still not on the touchline. Obviously, Graham recovering from back surgery, so the assistant manager was on the touchline. Julian Alvarez, Ake scoring a very controversial goal, which should have been offside in my opinion, because of the view Leno had. Obviously the impact Akanji had to the goal, and I think Akanji was clearly offside, so I think that should have been ruled off. And then Erling Haaland scoring a hat trick. Really, no surprises there. Erling Haaland scoring more and more and more, and just continuing his rhythm from last season. Fastest ever player in the Premier League to reach 5 hat tricks in only 39 games, so it shows how good Erling Haaland is. But definitely a game Manchester City should be winning. Weren't as good in the first half, but second half were unbelievable. But obviously that second goal for City going in 2-1. Getting the second goal 2-1. I think that definitely changed the game, because if it was 1-1 half time, you just don't know. But obviously going behind changed the game in a way, so it is a bit unfair by Fulham perspective getting that goal disallowed. But Manchester City's only team to have a 100% record in the Premier League, 4 wins out of 4, going into international break, still looking very good. So next up is 5:30 kickoff. Brighton 3, Newcastle United 1. And Cam Wilson scored the consolation goal for Newcastle. But I'd like to talk about Evan Ferguson. Absolutely brilliant footballer, 18 years of age, and scoring a hat-trick against one of the best sides in Premier League. Unbelievable footballer. Got so much potential, this lad, and he's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And the money Brighton can get for this lad in a few years is going to be astronomical, because this lad is the real deal. Moves, his positioning, his strength, his shooting attributes, his contribution to the team is all fantastic. So yeah, Evan Ferguson definitely deserves some recognition for his displays this season, and a hat-trick at 18 years old, unbelievable. So big credit to Evan Ferguson. But Newcastle, I haven't seen Newcastle play this bad in a long time. They were sloppy in defence, weren't pressing to the ball as much as I usually see. Like when Gilmore fired that shot at Pope before Ferguson scored the first goal, Tonali hardly pressed. And then for the goal, Shaw just put a foot out when Ferguson shot, and then obviously hit off Shaw to go in. So yeah, it's not like Newcastle, but the international break is coming at the perfect point for Newcastle. Obviously had some very hard fixtures so far this season, but I definitely expected a little bit more from Newcastle at the start of the season, and definitely didn't expect them just to have only 3 points. So next up we go to Sunday. Crystal Palace 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. The first game on Super Sunday. Edward scoring twice, Eze scoring the other goal, and then Cunha and Hwang Hee-chan scoring for Wolves. Palace, they are that team who they should be beating teams below them, but should be getting draws and stuff against mid-table teams, and then obviously against top sides. They're just a mid-table team, but they've got some very young talent in their team, and they've got a very good squad, in my opinion, Crystal Palace. So Palace are a good team. I thought they'd be down there this season. I still think they won't be completely safe all season, but I can't see them going down. I think they're just too strong. to get relegated from Premier League. So yeah, Wolves will be very disappointed not getting something out of this game. Next up is Liverpool 3, Aston Villa nil, and one player who was absolutely unbelievable was Dominic Szoboszlai. Wow, what a player! 60 million is seeming. It seems like the perfect price. Leipzig will be kicking themselves that they didn't get more because this lad has got talent. Absolutely superb. The goal he scored, the technique, the accuracy was sublime. And I loved watching Dominic Szoboszlai in the first few games of his Liverpool career, and he's just gonna grow and grow. Not just him going forward, he works hard, he presses back, he gets committed, and that is what Liverpool's midfield needed. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Matty Cash scoring an own goal. Nunes, yeah, Nunes, he was getting in the right area. It's got to start after that unbelievable display at Newcastle, but obviously he missed quite a few chances. He should have had a hat trick in this game, Darwin Nunes. So yeah, going back he's always a little bit, but I still think we shouldn't worry because he's learning every week. And eventually he'll just get it. But every striker misses big chances once in a while. So Darwin Nunes just needs to get out of his head, get that Newcastle head screwed into his brain, and then you will get momentum in this season. But yeah, got 2 assists though. So 2 goals, 2 assists in 2 games. Looks very good, and he's played really well. He's had good contribution, but he should have scored before obviously hitting off Matty Cash, hits the post and hits off Matty Cash, which is really unlucky because he couldn't do much because of the power. But Nunes should have scored in the first place. But yeah, I'm really happy with 3-0. Obviously Salah scoring the other goal. A lot of Liverpool players seeing that Salah is committed, still working really hard, including Jurgen Klopp, Andy Robertson, Dominic Szoboszlai commenting on Mo Salah's links to Saudi Arabia. So it would be brilliant to see Mo Salah stay at Liverpool. Hopefully he stays, but I'm quite confident he will stay this summer. Maybe next year he could be going, but for now I'm confident that he will be a Liverpool player by the time the Saudi window ends on Thursday. So yeah, really good start of the season for us. 10 points out of 12. Couldn't ask for much more really. Definitely looking good going into the national break, and then playing Wolverhampton Wanderers away in a few weeks. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going after the international break. But yeah, I'm really excited for this season. We are looking really good, and getting to see Ryan Gravenberch on the pitch after the international break is a big plus. So we go on to the big game, the biggest game of the weekend, and the most talking points probably. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1. This was a brilliant game. It started really slow, and then the second Rashford scored that brilliant goal. It just snapped in action. Rashford scored, then Odegaard scored pretty much straight after the restart, and then the stadium got fired up. We all got fired up at home. The commentators, Peter Drury, Gary Neville, got fired up. It was all a brilliant game. It was a fiery game, and looked like a bit more of the old Manchester United Arsenal rivalry that we were used to in the Wenger Ferguson era. But yeah, Rashford scoring, then Odegaard, and then obviously Manchester United had a very, very late goal disallowed 89th minute. Garnacho through just offside, one of the tightest offsides I've seen in a while. It's so tight, so harsh for Manchester United, but obviously fighting margins. And then Declan Rice scoring in the 96th minute. Rice baby coming to the rescue for Arsenal. And then Gabriel Jesus, clinical, composed, sending Dallo to the shops and finishing it all off for Arsenal. So yeah, definitely a wonderful display by Arsenal, showing that they can be challengers this season when the odds are against them. But Manchester United, yet again, the club at the minute is like a bit topsy-turvy. They just can't win against the top 9 away, can they? Another awful away performance. by Manchester United. I didn't think they were awful playing, but the result in the end, especially going 2-1 up just offside, and they'll be really disappointed conceding 2 goals in stoppage time. But yeah, Manchester United at the moment are a bit of a mess and lie mid-table near Chelsea, so that just shows that they haven't had a good start of the season at all. And it could be much worse. They could have lost at Wolves, which they should have, so they could be even lower than they are so far. And then they obviously came back against Nottingham Forest, so it could be much, much worse for Manchester United. But obviously they started really bad last season, and then they picked up and became a fourth and finished third in the end of the season. So you have to just give Manchester United time. Obviously, Højlund came on for his first Manchester United appearance, looked really sharp, got into Gabriel, and he could have had a penalty. And Ten Hag said it was a penalty, but I wasn't too sure. But definitely looks like an eager player, Rasmus Højlund. So yeah, that is my Premier League reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Predictions will be back after the international break. So hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.